So let's talk the concealed carry match. I am finally home, showered, rested, had lunch, feel a lot better, hydrated most importantly. Let's just quickly go over the setup that I ran today. This is I mentioned before, the traditional arms, I believe the light bearing jab with or running I should say, a 5-inch full-size Walther PDP, Surefire X300, Trijicon SRO, which I actually don't know if I like it yet, to be honest. The dot, for my eyes, I don't know if it's the housing, the window, not a huge fan yet. Maybe need some more time behind it, but that's another video. Obviously the Overwatch Precision polymer version of the trigger, or the trigger for the polymer Walther PDPs. In my personal opinion, it is the best trigger on the market for polymer. Hopefully you can see, hopefully it zooms in here or focuses. No take up, super crisp break, works phenomenal. My favorite trigger, like I mentioned. Quickly touch on the Concealed Carry League. Don't mind the soda pile on my desk. Anyways, placed top 10 today. I had one mic and I think 2 or 3 deltas. In this style of match, misses, right? Deltas are technically considered misses because they add time to your score. And so are mics. Deltas are 5 seconds. Mics are, I believe they're 13, which, you know, when each stage, let's just call it 7 to 10 seconds, adding 13 seconds to your time, you're almost ruining your day. Even with the mic and I believe 2, maybe 3 deltas, I forget. I got 10th place out of, I believe there's 65 shooters. I'll put a picture here somewhere. So not great, not terrible. If I didn't have a mic, I would have gotten top 5. If I had a clean run, I think I would have had top 4 or top 3 maybe. I have to go back and double check all the numbers. But overall, shot really great, felt really good, was moving pretty good, surprisingly. So that was actually a plus. A couple things I wanted to touch on for those, and I gave some tips earlier. One, like I mentioned, nutrition. Make sure you eat something before you go. It is crucial to have something in your stomach, in my opinion, while you're out there in the heat, sweating. Your adrenaline's pretty high, at least in my opinion, right? You're fighting at time and you're fighting hit factor. So that can be draining in itself. Here in Florida, it is extremely hot, so hydration is also super important. Today, I did not hydrate enough, and I can feel it now. I just feel super like dried up, like a raisin almost, like I'm craving water, which is obviously important. The third thing I wanted to touch on is just trust your instincts, right? A lot of us find competition daunting, which I completely understand. For me, it was as well. However, I am a hyper competitive person, so I just kind of tend to overcome that and just kind of throw myself into the fire. I do think that's one of the best ways to learn. I actually had a conversation today about competition from someone that was there just spectating. The best way to prepare yourself for competition is just by competing, right? Nothing puts you in the mindset of competition like just getting out there and making mistakes, right? That's just the reality of it. And I think that can be very beneficial for new people that are shooting or new people that are trying to compete, right? The camaraderie is there. We've all experienced, or we've all had bad experiences with FUDs or people that are just kind of assholes at these events. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast. People think they're better than others in multiple aspects, which in most of those cases, that is not the case. However, I think that 9 times out of 10 people are welcoming. They'll answer questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, right? You only learn by asking. You know, I am by no means a phenomenal shooter compared to other dudes that are out there, but I have picked up quite a lot by shooting with those guys that are phenomenal shooters, right? People like, I mean, if you know, you know, Jason Bush, Colin Thompson, Buckle Holler, Santi, those dudes, you know, they rip through stages, and by sitting there and kind of obsessing over what they do pretty much, you tend to pick up a lot, right? So watching what they do, asking questions, hey, why did you do this? What do you think I should be doing next? Do you see any flaws in my game, right? I think I heard a quote today. It's never ask criticism from someone. Never accept criticism from someone you never ask advice of, which I think actually applies very much so to this whole competition style of things. And then also another big thing is the right gear, right? Like I went through a bunch of guns until I found the PDP. We still have a couple shotguns that are 2011s, and I love my 2011s. I have raved about them in videos. But finding the right setup, it takes your confidence level to a whole new height, right? Like I don't think I've shot as confidently as maybe I ever have than today, if I'm being honest. Just the configuration, the big back strap on the back is something that I realized actually benefits me quite a lot because I have rather large hands. So getting a super good, comfortable purchase, a gun that points natural, a good optic, right? Lights, up to you. And then one of the big things is obviously ported guns, right? As you guys know, I own Tampa Gun Works. We are a custom shop or port shop, however you want to put it. So having the Deca ports on this 5-inch PDP makes a huge difference, right? We all know ports help. But it really just comes down to giving yourself the most advantage mentally to help you perform. If you're not confident, if you're shying away from things, if you don't feel comfortable, it'll show when you shoot, right? So being arrogant almost to the point where you're overconfident, I think actually could be very beneficial. Again, it sounds arrogant. It is what it is. I'd rather go in there thinking I am the best shooter in the world and then get there and get absolutely fucking smoked than get there with my tail tucked between my legs and just underperform, right? I'm big on just, you go out swinging and then see what happens. And then every match, you just improve, right? At this point, you've seen the footage that I put at the beginning of the video. I think I performed pretty well. Like I said, I felt really, really good today. Not entirely sure why. I think it's just from the dry fire, having a setup that for me feels good. And then honestly, just kind of fucking going at it. Like I think today at least, I attacked all the targets with visual aggressiveness, but also physical aggressiveness, right? Being mindful of always being on the move, being mindful of, okay, I'm engaging this, let me lead with my head, see where I'm going, present the dot, and just getting there. I think that made a huge difference in performance today. I'm usually a little bit more, I don't want to say stationary, but stationary is a good word. I tend to kind of lag behind in terms of like mental processing sometimes, where I'm here and I have to go there, but I wait to go together, and that obviously, you know, that costs you three tenths of a second per stage. That obviously adds up to time, and so just really getting after target to target, knowing where you're going to go, having a mental game plan, running it back in your head, and then watching other dudes run it to see what they're doing wrong, or not wrong, differently. That also helps. I'm left-handed. Unfortunately, when it comes to that like stage planning side of things, a lot of the times the stage for me has to be flipped, because most stages are just naturally going to be set up for right-handed shooters. And when you're lefty, right, sometimes a wall is placed to where when you're transitioning over, right, your hand will be behind the wall, whereas if you're a righty shooter and you transition, you're in open field. So that stuff makes a difference. Things to just keep in mind, right? If you guys like this kind of content and this journey of mine, I guess, where I compete and kind of learn things and pick things up and do well and do not so well, and you know, talk to other shooters, let me know in the comments. I will love your input. I'm obviously very passionate about this stuff. I'm just super competitive. I like me some shit talking. It's just one of those things where I kind of fall into naturally, and I'm getting to a point in my personal kind of development where now I can show up to a lot of these places or a lot of these matches and not feel like an outsider, so to speak. Like I feel comfortable enough to where, you know, I shoot everything from concealment, where if I'm shooting concealment and someone else is shooting something obviously out to the waistband, that I can keep up. I think my draw speed's fast enough. I think my first shot on target is always fast enough. It's just kind of working the kinks out on the little things. So again, just let me know if you like this kind of content, kind of vlog-ish style. I know there wasn't a whole lot of talking in the beginning of the video. My mic died after the first stage, somehow. I don't know how I missed or forgot to charge it, but that's okay. Things happen. It is what it is. If you guys like it, I'll continue doing more of these style of things. Obviously, this is a concealed carry league, but if you guys want to see like a USPSA match or an IDPA match or a steel match, just let me know in the comments down below. I am happy to shoot as much as possible, especially if it provides you guys content and hopefully share some of my knowledge and my journey along this competitive process, so to speak. So yeah, all in all, pretty good day. Felt good, shot good. Still feel very confident. Top 10, could have been top 5. One of those things, it is what it is. If you have any comments or questions, anything I can answer, let me know down in the comments below. If you like this kind of content specifically, actually, also let me know in the comments down below. I like to compete, I like to shoot. And again, if I can help one of you guys, then even better, right? Thank you for watching. Again, thanks for watching. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. I will bring you guys more content shortly, I was gonna say, soon, one of those two. Yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Boom.